Hi, I'm Chef Sarah Tresser, and I'd like to introduce you to the SmartTouch2 control on the Hydrovection. You have your display here with your power key, USB port, which is for recipe, software downloads, and uploads and diagnostics, as well as HACCP. You have your heat cutoff switch, your circuit breaker, and your probe port. You select your power key, and here's your first screen. You have manual mode, menu, which is your recipe cooking. You have rack timing, and rack timing is where you can create specific recipes that have like settings with the difference of timers, and you can have a different item on each shelf. You have USB and cool down. Now we're going to go through on how to cook manually. Select manual. You'll have your humidity bar up top, 5% increments using the slider. Press and hold to do specific increments in one. You have your temperature. You have your timer, hours and minutes, or minutes and seconds. You also have 4 fan speeds. And now you can press this arrow key to see your flyout menu. You have your core probe. You have add a minute, which adds a minute every time you touch it. Hydro burst, which is your timed increment of humidity. Vent key, open or closed. You have fan reversal, fan delay and fan reversal. You can set that for whatever increment you like. Once the oven is preheated, the start key will appear. Now we're going to talk about recipes and recipe programming. Press your menu key. You have new recipe, where you could create a new recipe. You have new category. That's where you could create a new category. And you have favorites. And favorites is anything that you've created, any recipe that you've created that you've marked as a favorite goes into this folder for quick retrieval of your products. But right now we're going to talk about creating a recipe. So you have text. You can name it. Hit the disk. We've named our new recipe. Now we can add a picture to it. You have a selection of pictures preloaded. And then you can also add your own. And you can add it to a category. You can choose one that's existing. Add that to pasta. Select done. This is where you could mark it as a favorite. And now we can build our recipe itself. Temperature. Time by pressing the timer up above. Fan speed. You have fan reversal. And you have fan delay, and that is pauses the fan for a timed amount of time. And then you have humidity. Your vent and your probe. And then probe. If you were using a probe, you don't need to use the timer. Now the hold key pops up, highlight it if you'd like to do a cook and hold, and then you can save it. To cook using an existing recipe, select menu, choose your category, select your item, and then once the oven is preheated, the start key will appear and you press start. To cook manually and utilize your core probe, you would select the arrow, select probe, choose your internal temperature, press enter, plug in your core probe. So if you were cooking as a cook and serve, the display will read done once you've reached your internal temperature. If you're utilizing it as a cook and hold, once you've reached your internal temperature, the timer would start timing up to show you how long you've been holding.